Okay, you want me to crank it up?
Yeah, crank it up.
What it do, man? It's your boy Low. Welcome back. Welcome to the first episode of
Mobtown Real Talk.
Mobtown Real Talk.
It's your girl Jackie New.
And it's your boy Low, man. Listen, today is Let's Talk About It Tuesday. And hey, we finna get right into it. So, man, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. We went to a few events this weekend. I hit up the Strawberry Festival.
I saw that.
It was cool. It was all right. But I also went to the blues show. Now it was jumping at the blues show.
Let's go back to the Strawberry Festival. Why you say the Strawberry Festival was all right?
Well, first the tickets was way too high.
Right.
For the amount of rides that they had. They had like 8 rides. And then you got a bracelet to scan your for every ride. And they scanning multiple times per ride. So we didn't even get a chance to use all our rides. Not to mention they didn't even have enough rides to ride for all the tickets that you bought for $50. So my kids didn't necessarily enjoy it, but it was nice. It was okay.
So and after that you
we hit up the blues show. I did a few interviews at the blues show.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
For them keys, all them pounds of trees, you need to scream at your boys.
What's your name?
Xerox Twins.
Xerox Twins. We're at the Xerox Twins with us today at the Mobile Blues Festival.
Man.
Are y'all from Mobile, Alabama?
No, we're from Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. Okay.
We got some free tickets that we want to give out too, that we got from the blues show from Dothan, Alabama.
We got the Heritage Festival representative in the house tonight. Tell me more about the Heritage Festival. What's this about?
Yeah, so this is it's going to be September 26th. It's going to be at the Peanut Festival in Dothan, Alabama. We have a slew of performers coming down. Mike Clark, Westlove, Cupid. So it's going to be a large crowd coming out. So it's going to be early bird. It's going to be the best thing to do for tickets. Get your early bird tickets.
Okay then. Well, it was good to have y'all down here visiting with us, and we're going to see about bringing people down to y'all festival.
We got some free tickets at the blues show called the Heritage Festival. This event going to be popping out September the 26th, and I got 2 free tickets if you want to give them away.
And where about is that?
This is in Dothan, Alabama. It's something like the blues show. It's just in another location.
Okay. Well, we'll give away these free tickets, man. If you want them, reach out to us. We got some free tickets that we're willing to give you to the blues show in Dothan, Alabama. So also the guy you interviewed at the blues show with the guitar, man, was that at the blues show? Or
no, that was downtown.
That was downtown. Okay,
Alabama. Okay. What's your name?
I'm Dave Devine.
Dave Devine. How long you been out here doing this?
Oh, about a year now.
How did you learn how to play the guitar?
I went to go get some lessons, and he told me he didn't have any time for me, but he'd string my guitar. I went home and started just picking around. Next thing I know, I learned it myself.
So you taught yourself.
He had a little bucket with his little donation bucket. You drop him a couple of dollars or whatever.
Okay, was he from Mobile?
I think he said he was from Florida.
Oh, okay. So he was down now, just jamming out, huh?
Just doing this thing. He said he do this often. He been doing it for about a year.
Okay, cool deal. So what we got going on in the news today and talk about it too?
So what are we talking about today?
Man, I want to get into the I was reading an article at home about the what's her name? I can't think of her name right now.
Her name is Mayor Davis.
Mayor Davis, yep.
Carletta Davis.
Yep, Carletta Davis. And man, I was reading an article about her and that something about 2.1 million she paid off a deficit that they had for 2.1 million. And man, I thought that was pretty dope, but
you want me to read it out for you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it says at the April 2nd City Council meeting, I'm assuming Mayor Davis, decided to take a moment to speak candidly about the financial realities that we faced since taking office. And since 2025, the administration had paid over 2.1 million in outstanding invoices. What is important for our community to understand is that the majority of these invoices were not created under the administration. So what is that saying?
Man, I don't know, man. To me, I'm just confused. Like like for me. So she paid off a deficit for the administration, right?
That was incurred prior to her administration.
Prior to her administration. So to me, if she paying off debt that was before her time, if they had the money, why was they in debt in the first place?
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? So it's like, if you already had money, why are you in debt? And where did you come up with this money from?
Exactly.
So if you got 2.1 million, where did you come up with 2.1 million from? And if y'all already had that, why was y'all in debt in the first place?
It sounds like some mishandling of.
And when she's saying debt, she paid off the deficit for, I think it's what, equipment and stuff. For some equipment that they had. She said some stuff was supposed to be getting turned off.
Obligations that were inherited, not new spending created by. So she's saying this is past stuff. She's trying to put it on the previous administration. She said it has nothing to do with what was created during her administration.
I get that.
So that sounds like a scapegoat to me.
I get that. And it could be, but people do inherit other people debt. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
People do inherit, but the thing of it is, even if it's an scapegoat, or even if she's telling the truth about inheriting the debt, my thing of it is, that was money that was sitting wherever you got it from, however you got it. If Prichard had that type of money, why was y'all in debt in the first place?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that means something don't seem right. And shout out to Mayor Davis. I'm not taking no crack at you or nothing, but I'm just saying, for real, something don't seem right when you got money that's been sitting out. And a lot of the people are upset, man, in Prichard, man. And you got to kind of understand them, because, like, they living in that city, man. They've been in that city for a long time, and, man, it just can't never seem to get ahead. And, some people, they love Prichard, man. I like Prichard.
I'm a citizen of Prichard. I was born and raised.
People spending their money out, and they want to see change. They want to see better, man. And I'm not saying she's not the person to do it. I don't know when she took office. And but I don't think she's been in office long. So you got to also give her a chance. You got to give her a chance. You got to give her a chance to prove herself. Now, once she's gone, how it's gonna look, you know what I'm saying? That's the question you gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? But for the moment, for the most part, I just think that you gotta give her a chance and see what she do, man. Give her a chance. But some don't seem right if you can pay off 2.1 million. For one, don't nobody know where the money came from. For two, if you already had the money, why was you in debt? And that's something that need to be addressed.
And for three, let me read this letter that I got. Since I'm a citizen of Prichard, I got the Prichard City Council letter that was sent out to the citizens, and I haven't read this to you yet. So let's go. This is to Mayor Davis from Councilwoman Annie Williams. Well, it's regarding Mayor Davis, who wrote it as Councilwoman Annie Williams. It is with much concern that I address the ceasing of the Mitchell Library project in District 1. The ceasing of the project by Mayor Davis took place without her knowledge, the councilwoman's knowledge. Reportedly, the mayor called a meeting with the contractor, Mr. John Glover, on February the 9th, 2026, at which time he was instructed to cease all work at the Mitchell Library. This library, they've been trying to build this library for 12 years now. Prior to the meeting with Mr. Glover, I, the councilwoman, made a number of attempts to contact Miss Mayor Davis via email to obtain the payment of the requisition for Mr. Glover. Requisition, what that mean? Let me look that up real quick.
Look it up.
Yeah, we got to understand these words. They're important.
They definitely important.
Requisition.
That's like a contract, I believe. A requisition is like a proposal.
Yeah.
It's like a form of proposal.
Official demand or request of something such as supplies, property, or personnel typically made by writing within an organization by the authority. Okay, so she was trying to obtain payment of the requisition, the plan, but there was no response from Mayor Davis. And isn't the city councilwoman and the mayor supposed to be
working
together as partners? Okay, so this is why Councilwoman Annie Williams she mad about this. This attempt,
that's the councilman, right?
These attempts started prior to January the 30th, Friday. The mayor responded one time via email stating She would look into the matter on Monday, but no response on Monday was given. The mayor never communicated with me, Councilwoman Annie, regarding stopping the work at the Mitchell Library, nor a meeting with Mr. Glover, who was the contractor, to stop the work. She never told nobody.
So the mayor stopped the work.
She stopped it, but she didn't have no communication about it, and even the contractor don't really understand why it's being stopped.
Right, and she's not reaching back out to him.
So the work at the Mitchell Library included renovations due to the library being closed for almost 12 years. The citizens of Prichard, including children, have expressed a desire to have the library reopened due to community needs. This was one of my goals to reopen it. This is City Councilwoman talking. The funds being used for the reopening are state-approved funds in the amount of $250,000. These funds had nothing to do with the city's budget. So this money didn't come out the budget. These funds were obtained through the city's lobbyists in Montgomery prior to their administration.
How do you find out what the city budget is, though?
That's another topic, because this don't have nothing to do with the budget. But this is still funds that they got for that administration, because they got these funds through lobbying in Montgomery right before the administration began.
And the thing of it is, when you're a citizen of a community, a lot of times, man, we don't have, and they may do. I might be wrong. If somebody know, please let me know. But I don't think you have access. They give you stuff like a budget. She's speaking about the budget. It didn't come out the budget. Well, what's the budget? You get what I'm saying? So when you know what a budget is, you know where the funds are going. A lot of times, man, when we in these communities, even when you talking churches, a lot of the times, man, you really don't have a breakdown of where this money is going.
Right.
You don't know what the city got. You get what I'm saying? So let's just say the city got $2 million. They're not showing you, okay, we took $250,000 and built this park over here, or $300,000 built this park over here. We took this and we put this here. We put this here. You get what I'm saying? Maybe if the community had an understanding about where their funds are going, what's going on,
it would be some accountability.
Right. People are writing statements, and they typing up these letters, but they're not giving you no direct numbers of what's going on. They're just telling you, oh, a budget here, a budget there. You know what I'm saying? Well, give us the budget. What's the budget for Prichard?
Right.
You know, where the funds coming from? How they being used? Nobody even get a breakdown of that. They just gotta trust what you say.
Right, and that's where the accountability lacks at. Because if you know what I'm doing, then I'm gonna have to show up when it's time for the show up.
Right.
Else I'm gonna have to be held accountable for some form of fashion.
Right.
That's why I've never read a letter from the city council. I didn't even know they was wrote in this way, because it's telling everything that happened from point A to point B, even down to the altercation that took place during the time where the mayor, the city councilwoman, and the actual contractor had got into it concerning this matter. I'm finna get to it. So look, it says, where was I at? So all this money, this $250,000 was not a part of the budget. This came from lobbying. The work at the library began prior to the administration. So this is something that happened before the administration, and here she comes stopping it, and don't have no type of account for the money that was spent, and then it was money spent. Hold on, we're gonna get to it. Wait a minute.
Could it be? But let me say this: could it be she stopped it? And I might be wrong. But could it be she stopped the work because that was money that needed to go towards the deficit that she paid off?
It could be. It could be. It sounds like some, what you call that when money be going here and there?
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah. That's a ghetto term for it.
You know what I'm saying? So it could have been that.
But look, we're gonna get to it. Hold on. The work was 85% completed when she stopped it. It was supposed to be finished. It was supposed to be finished March the 31st based on the work that they did, even though they had a timeline further out than that. So payments for all the work had been done until January the 30th, 2026. This is, wait a minute, what did it say? Payments for all work had been, so they paid everything January the 30th, 2026 under this administration. So though the work began before her administration, they the ones that already had paid it. So this paper says, after Mr. Glover, that's the contractor, after their meeting on February the 2nd, he proceeded to obtain his tool supplies from the library on February the 11th. And he reported that the mayor and an individual described as Mr. TJ Petway, this is the mayor's assistant, was at the library and would not allow him to get his tools or supplies. Let me read that again. Let's get an understanding of what's going on.
What?
After Mr. Glover's meeting on February the 2nd,
That's the contract.
that's the contractor, he proceeded to go to the library to go get his tools and his supplies from the library on February the 11th. And he reported that the mayor and her assistant, TJ Petway, was at the library and they would not let him get his tools and supplies. So a chaotic situation evolved. This is what it says. Mr. Glover was asked to leave the property, obviously by the mayor and her assistant. Prior to leaving, reportedly the mayor called the police stating, "I have a homeless tramp at the Prichard Library that needs to be removed." I ain't make it up. I should have highlighted
Yeah,
it.
you can. We'll highlight it.
I'm not making it up. She said she had a homeless tramp that need to be removed from the library. I guess she's talking about the contractor. Mr. TJ Petway was rude and pushy after the police arrived. He returned and he was allowed to get his tools, but not his supplies. They were confiscated or they was big boyed. They was took. Prior to this incident, reportedly, Mr. Glover was told he wasn't going to be paid either. Although he was told to fill out a form and submit it to the clerk. I guess that's the form that you fill out when it's time to get your money legally.
Prichard.
We got to do better.
Prichard. What y'all got going on, man?
I said I can't wait to read this letter.
Man, listen. That's wild.
And they ain't half of it.
Wow.
So look, during a meeting on February the 12th, I, Councilwoman, was informed by the mayor that the project wasn't being handled right. What she mean?
Ain't nothing being handled right. The funds ain't being handled right. The people ain't being handled right. See, this is what a lot of people got to understand too. A lot of times people think because people dress professional, they can speak that fluent language, that elegant language,
and go over your
head. You know what I'm saying? People tend to vote these type of people in. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not no shot at her. This politics in general. A lot of times, man, you elect people that has no connection to your city, no connection to you at all. You electing people that just showed up and made a move around you. They showed up out of nowhere and really just started doing something. They ain't really got no real substance to the community. Right. And I'm not saying she don't. She may be from Prichard. You get what I'm saying? She may not be. But my thing of it is, what substance does she has, you know what I'm saying, that ties her directly to Prichard.
To the care of it all.
To the care of it. And a lot of time, man, people got to understand, like when I spoke about Prichard in one of my older videos, and I was saying that Prichard was a wasteland. And I meant that in the term of, it's people that just don't care about it. People that don't care about it. That's why the roads look the way they look. That's why it's so many rundown buildings. You get what I'm saying? People should be, if you own these buildings in Prichard and you're not doing nothing with them, it should be some type of fine for that. You get what I'm saying? Or donate it to somebody, man, or do something. But it shouldn't. It's a sore thumb in the community when you got people who live here who really invest their time, their money, and they love Prichard, but it's always in a hurting state. When you think about Saraland always progressing. When you think about Mobile always progressing. Every city that surrounds Mobile is always on the up and up. You get what I'm saying? Except for Prichard. That's why I said, man, the best thing for Prichard is the annex, because until and the only way you're gonna get Prichard up and running the right way is you gotta have somebody that really, really care about the city.
So what do annex mean?
Annex is like when like Mobile or take a portion of Prichard. You get what I'm saying? It's annexed at that point. It's bringing two cities together. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be up under the like Mobile. You get what I'm saying? So it won't be Prichard no more. It'll be Mobile.
But if Mobile was to do that, you think they'll really care?
Yeah, they go. Yeah.
They might.
Because you gotta think. If you annex something, and let's just be honest, you said the word care. Mobile, it ain't about the care.
It's about the upkeep.
It's about the upkeep at that point.
That's what I'm saying.
Mobile is gonna be the city that gonna fix the roads. You get what I'm saying? It ain't about care. It's about
the city that's gonna be pulling everybody over
Yeah,
like it's done.
it's the city that's gonna it's gonna be people who doing their job.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
for
saying?
$1 though. So that's the thing. To me, it seemed like Prichard, if it was more participation within the community, the people who live there, the people who love their city, they was raised there, their family was raised there. If we had opportunity to actually participate, we could build ourselves up and we won't have to be annexed. But then that go back to the city council and the mayor. Is they going to give us the opportunity? Like you was talking about all these abandoned buildings. Why can't somebody be able to rent it out to hold their events or their organizations? Because there's plenty of people in the city that got something going on. They just don't have they can't utilize the things that's in the city.
But what you speaking about when you speak about the people of the community, building it up, they got to stop picking the outside people that they think gonna make that place look better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or make Prichard look better. And then also, man, just being real, you gotta wanna put a halt to the crime. You gotta wanna slow that down.
Well,
you get what I'm saying? Because think about it, man. Let's just say a community of people come together, right? And they building their community up,
mm-hmm.
right? At some point, you're gonna need investors,
Mm-hmm.
right? To where you can where they can invest into the community, right? Once you get it like you want it, it's making money. You can pay the people that you can pay your investors back.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Who gonna want to invest when it's always some crime going on, some shooting going on,
True.
some killing going on? You know what I'm saying? They gonna to them, their funds they funds are at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Who I wouldn't want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being
the city of Prichard gonna have to do better, because think about it. If we were annexed, we wouldn't have direct contact to the things that we could have direct contact with if our people was the owners of these facilities. Now, if we got to go through the city of Mobile, the court, to get, say, a permit or a license, that's going to be a little bit more distant than what it would be if my uncle was down there at the city hall and he know the people that own the building I'm trying to rent. We'll keep a little culture versus annexing.
I get what you're saying. But
so we're gonna just have to do better. Because if we had more participation in the community, a lot of the crime would stop. Because people trying to get their bread, people trying to eat, people trying to survive, and it ain't nothing else for them to do a lot of times that they know of. Because we so distant from.
I know for a fact when I come down 45, man, it's so many vacant buildings, man. Vacant, even when you coming through Prichard Mall, you know what I'm saying? Prichard downtown, vacant everything. You get what I'm saying? And man, I just think that they need the right people in office, man. I think it's just a lot of crooked behavior be going on. And I don't really want to speak on the Lady Davis because I haven't met her. I would love to meet her. Matter of fact, I would like to show up at one of the meetings, the next meetings that they have.
Yeah, we got to make that happen.
You know what I'm saying? So we can get a better insight of what's going on. But it's a very unfortunate situation for the citizens of Prichard, man, that's been there forever and won't better for their community.
And they just don't have the know-how to get there.
And they being lied to and stolen from at every turn. So, you know, that's one thing. So,
and if you've ever worked at Prichard, the city of Prichard, because I have, and I ain't even gonna tell y'all what the part I ain't finna. We all know what happens when the finances come in, and I'm just gonna leave it right there, because if it happens on the smaller scales, I know it's happening on the bigger scales.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I done worked for a department in Prichard.
And then you got to think, man, when you looking at salaries, some of these people, man, they stealing from the community. And on top of that, their salary is probably crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So they done moved out of Prichard.
So they, you know what I mean? I'm stealing from it, and I got a good salary.
But if we were to build it up, we would want to stay in our own community. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I want to read. It's one more paragraph that councilwoman was talking, and she was kind of peed off. She said the actions displayed by the mayor and her assistant is very unprofessional, disturbing, and disheartening. Our city already has challenges due to negative displays in the community. The chaotic situation should have never happened. The previous council voted unanimously for me to proceed with the renovation of the Mitchell Library. So this was already a unanimous decision. And here come the mayor said, we're going to stop that. It ain't being done right. What she mean by it ain't being done right? Do she know how a building's supposed to be built? Or is she, I don't know. Why wasn't effective communication utilized with the mayor to let me know that there were concerns about the process of the library renovations? Communication could have solved this issue. It is my project and I should have been notified. Lack of communication always causes concerns, and concerns of what was really the motive of the situation. She's concerned about what was the actual motive of how come the mayor stopped it. She want to know that. She really telling you what's going on. You got to read between the lines.
So now, let's do this for a quick moment, because a lot of times people in the community, they know they have a mayor, they know they have a city councilman, right? But a lot of times, man, they don't be understanding what these people job criteria is, why it's called a city councilman, right? And why it's called a mayor, and why they beefing. You get what I'm saying? When you think of council, right? You think of somebody that's trying to make sure everything's going the way it's supposed to, in order. You know what I'm saying? That's what a council do. You know what I'm saying? And they there for the community, right? They there for the community, that they there to make sure they taking the proper information to the mayor. You know, and I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I think of council. That's what I think a council is. A council is a major role. So that is her job to do what she's doing. Council. It's unfortunate that they're not on the same page.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, both of them are women.
Right, they are. And that's probably a little of the friction, you know.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's unfortunate they can't work together. You know what I mean? And come together and get a better solution. And a lot of time, man, people be saying they care about the community, but they won't put their own personal issues aside
to get the job done.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another unfortunate situation. But you know, moving on into, I guess, other news.
Right.
We had I saw something on the news the other day too. You might got some notes on that as well. I saw something on the news the other day where I saw a young man. I guess he had did a shooting in Mobile, and he hit what it was, an oxygen tank
in the house. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when he did it, but I guess
that
he
was
just went to court.
March the 22nd.
I guess he just went back to court for it, man. I'm just not seeing and hearing about it. And man, that's crazy.
And simultaneously, right around the corner, a girl had a baby at the gas station. Right.
We heard screaming a block away. A man carrying a bloody newborn came into view.
What that is, pride. At the same time.
That's wild.
The hell's going on?
That's wild, man. But I do want to speak on the oxygen tank shooting, man, the drive-by shooting, man. Listen, I can't understand for the life of me, like, if y'all want to shoot up everything, tote all these guns, and do the things you doing, why y'all just won't go sign up for the army?
Right.
You gonna get guns. You get to do drive-by.
They ain't real enough for that.
You get what I'm saying? You get to play with all type of sticks.
And you know what's going on.
And you know what's going on. And get what? You gonna be applauded for doing the most criminal things known to man. Murder.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Attempted murder. Shooting the occupied dwelling. You get what I'm saying? You gonna get a chance to do all that and come home a hero.
I'm so thankful nobody passed in that, or no, I don't think nobody was even injured.
Me too.
But that could have been went wrong, because the guy that had the oxygen tank, of course, he was probably bedridden or in the hospital bed or something like that.
Not only, you know, guilt into guilt into proven innocent. Man,
innocent into proven guilty. But
listen, if you get found guilty of that, my boy, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not only should you get the time you deserve, You should have to help them people build their house back. You should have to pay a healthy fine for that.
But you know how the city run. If he was to do community service, it should be like that. You do community service and the money go to where it need to go, but it's going back to the city. That's what I'm saying. Prichard needs to be over their own city so that we can do these things in the real order, like it should be.
Right. And so, man, but that's unfortunate, man. You guys, man, y'all out here doing all this shooting and killing, and man, just go sign up for the army. Just go sign up for the army, man. You're going to get a chance to do all that. You're going to commit treason over there.
We in the middle of a war right now, so it's the best time to go.
Best time. You want to shoot and play with your sticks. They got stuff you ain't never seen before you'll get a chance to play with.
Yeah, have fun playing with them new technology.
You may come back a little thrown off, but you're going to be all right.
Or you might not come back.
You may not come back, but that's the chance.
At least your family gets some money.
Yep. And you're going to get paid for doing it.
Right. Instead of just doing these things for no reason. Do it for a reason.
Yep. Going to jail. On the prize, you at least gonna get you may even get you a Medal of Honor. Yeah, only thing
you'll be remembered instead of just murked and nobody don't even know your name no more because it's over with. Old news because it's happening again the next week.
You pop off over here, you ain't gonna be nothing but a cracker jack. You get out the box on the prize.
They gonna be smoking on.
Yeah. Only prize you gonna get when you get out of that mug is congratulations, you played yourself. That's it. Don't go over there and shoot up something, man, and get it over with, man, and be done with it, man. Stop all that shooting around here. But what else you got?
So y'all know that it is springtime. Do y'all feel the shift in the air? You feel it? Can you tell it's springtime?
Yeah.
So one thing about it, you can't stop the seasons. It's gonna always be spring when it's spring. It's gonna be winter when it's winter. It's gonna be summer when it's summer. And that's something like the truth. It can change, but one thing about it is it's always a truth in the matter. You feel what I'm saying? So I just wanted to bring this up because it's a way that you can individually live into order. Spring is the best time to start something. This is you being in sync with nature. When nature begins to bloom, birds and animals begin to be birthed, you have new ideas that can come into birthing too. Yeah, and then if you do these things during spring, things happen in threes. In 3 months, during the summertime, you're gonna find another production out of what you had just did. 3 months after that, during the fall, you're gonna reap a harvest. 3 months after that, in the wintertime, you can sit back, chill, and reflect. 3 months after that, it's spring all over again. Now, not to mention, we're going through a new moon phase right now. Not to mention, this is the springtime. So this is a good time to, whatever you got in your mind to do, go and start doing it now. If y'all don't know, the moon cycles happen every 2 weeks. So in 2 more weeks, we're going to be in a full moon cycle. And y'all know how they say during the full moon, crazy stuff happens? That's really the reason why. Because we doing these things by default anyway. And when the moon is filling up, and it ain't just about the moon, this is just the natural sinks in order to life. While the moon is filling up, you're supposed to be putting in work into whatever you're doing. You don't supposed to be slacking. You're supposed to go ahead and do what you need to do. And then in the next 2 weeks, you can chill and watch the fruition of it all rain down on you.
It's crazy. I was having a conversation the other day, and I was saying that, you have to really be mindful about what you put out into the atmosphere, because it's definitely gonna come back. At some point, you're gonna have to pay up at some point. So if you're doing great things in the community or great things around you or just putting out great energy, it's gonna pay up in a great way. But if you continue to do the wrong things and put out the wrong type of energy, you may feel as though you're winning, and you may win for a long time. But when it's time to pay up, the deficit gonna be crazy. You ain't gonna be able to afford what the universe got coming for you. So that's why it's also important to understand that, man, being knowledgeable about what you put in the atmosphere.
Exactly, because you're doing it by default regardless. And if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you finna get ready to have to read. But if you pay attention to what you're doing, and the way to pay attention, you just look at life itself. That's how you be connected to God. That's how you be synced up to what's real and what you created. If you know, okay, this is my 2 weeks to go ahead and fill up my basket of energy, go and fill it up. And then by the time you'll see it, do it for yourself. If you think I'm lying, I do this, I practice this, and it works. All you got to do is just stay in sync with life. Yeah, this will help you from not being so chaotic when the full moon does hit, or when the big events in your life happens, which it usually happens around these natural synchronicities in life, you'll notice that it ain't even that bad. Things won't be that pressurized because you done did things in an orderly fashion throughout the time things were building up and being created for real.
Right.
But when you don't know that, hey, you just don't know, and you'll find out the hard way.
Yeah.
So for the new moon, set your intentions, or just for the cycle right here, springtime even, set your intentions, because as above, so below type stuff. So you set your intentions when it's fresh, you work it out, and you can maintain and be consistent with it. You're gonna find something that comes up. The next part of the discussion, we never did discuss about mob. Like, why do we name ourselves Mob Town Real Talk?
We call it Mob Town Real Talk because, you know, most people, when they think about a mob, they think about something bad. And when you think about Mobile, right? Mobile is close to like mobilization. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? The word mobilization. So when you take mob is short for Mobile, mm-hmm. right? So we call it Mob Town. But we call ourselves Mob Town Real Talk is because we giving you real talk. And when we think about mob, we think about mobilization. Mm-hmm. We thinking about bringing everything together. When we talk about politics, whether we talk about education, whether we talk about crime, anything positive, anything that can push the culture forward, anything that can push our city forward, we're trying to mobilize it on a positive note. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we call it Mob Town Real Talk. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because we mobilizing and we just shorten it for mob. So it's Mob Town Real Talk. You got something you want to add to it?
Yeah, you just like how you were saying, mob kind of looks, it's meant for something that's chaotic, unorganized, and a group of disorder. But this is us transmuting it and making it to what it need to be, what we want to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. These things can happen, and we're trying to be the example of how simple it is. Mob versus mobilize, those are two different polar extremes. But we bring it together to bring some type of order into this thing, and we still use the mob time.
So y'all watch out for us, tune into us. We're gonna be showing up at some of you guys' businesses, asking you how you got started. You know, you're gonna catch us at some events. We're gonna be giving away some stuff sometimes. We're willing to shout out businesses. Matter of fact, I want to shout out one right now, man. I want to shout out to my homeboy Reginald Hardy with RDH Home Designs. Man, listen, you need anything done with a house, whether it's floors, whether it's tile, whether it's backsplash, whether it's remodeling a bathroom, anything with a house, painting, anything from building, he can do it. Like, he's phenomenal. You can go to my page, check out some of his work. Man, this guy's great at what he do. And man, I think y'all should, you know, give him a shout. Okay. What else we got?
Also, our hotline or our email, where you can write us and let us know of some up and coming events, some topics that need to be touched on, some things that need to be exposed or talked about or brought light to. You can email us or send us an inbox in our IG or our email.
And we're gonna be putting everything on the screens. This is our first one, so you know, just bear with us. But we coming, we're gonna be doing a lot more work in the community. We're gonna be shooting a lot more shows for you guys, so you guys can know what's going on in the city. Like what we talked about today, the Prichard situation. We're going to talk about more situations that are going on. It don't matter if it's in Saraland. If we know about it, we're going to talk about it. If it's in Mobile, if we know about it, we're going to talk about it. So you ain't exempt. So understand that if we feel it's right, we're going to uplift it. If we feel it's wrong, we're going to chastise it. It don't matter if it's church. It don't matter if it's politics. It don't really matter. We want to see everybody going in the right direction, including ourselves. So if I'm doing something wrong, I'm gonna come on here and hold myself accountable. So just to let you guys know that. And I'm pretty sure this new is the same way. So you know, so man, listen. Got anything else you want?
One more thing, I do want to shout out my grandmama, rest in peace. She just passed this March the 24th. On her 2 days after her 90th birthday.
Man, she lived a long time.
She lived a long time.
Listen, that's a good life.
It was.
She did something right.
She did something right, and she taught me how to do what's right.
And I ain't gonna say she did something right. She did a lot of things right.
Yeah, she did things right in life, and she lived to be 90 years old, very coherent before she passed. She had all her good senses and everything.
She had all
and
her
I just want to say thank you, Mama, for everything that you've done for me.
Man, rest in peace, Mama. Yeah, what's her name?
Annie Beatrice Olivia York McGrew. That's her whole name.
Y'all heard it.
And if y'all have any things or people that you want to shout out, any engagements, weddings, birthdays, deaths, whatever it may be, y'all hit us up on the IG or in the email, and we'll make sure to have those things exposed on our episodes next time.
So that's it.
All right.
All right. So listen, y'all tune in to Mobtown Real Talk. I'm your host, Lo.
This Jackie New.
And listen, man, we gonna be out to the next time. We'll see y'all the next time on Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
All right.